temporary 2-year cap on new international student permits. To ensure that there is no further growth in the number of international students in Canada for 2024, we are setting a national application intake cap for a period of 2 years. Applicants must provide a provincial attestation with their study permit application. As of September 1st of this year, postgraduate work permits will no longer be available to public-private institution models. Spouses of international students enrolled in other levels of study, including undergraduate and college programs, will no longer be eligible.
You might have seen Canada has been putting a lot of restrictions on student visas because in the past there has been a large influx of students coming into the Canada, and then it is creating the housing crisis and the issues with part-time jobs. So the following are the restrictions that Canada has been imposing on student visas, due to which there has been a very sharp decline in the visa approvals. Number 1, Canada has stopped issuing spousal open work permits for the spouses of people coming as students. So if you are studying in colleges and if you are married, then now you cannot bring your spouse or children along with you. In the past it was possible, but now if you are studying in colleges, then you cannot bring. But if you do the same study in universities, then they issue spousal open work permits. That way you can do masters, you can also bring family, and you can have better education. But colleges, you definitely can't bring your spouse. But if you're a single student, then you can study either in college or in university and you will get study permit. Since you don't have spouse, you need not have to bring the spouse. But once you finish the studies, then you can get married and bring your spouse when you get your postgraduate work permit. The second restriction that the Canadian government has put is, now if you have to study in any college, then wherever that college and whichever province that college is, you need to get provincial attestation letter from the province if you need to get student visa approved for a college or a university situated in that province. So typically this provincial attestation letter can be obtained from the college when you get the letter of acceptance, because colleges work with provinces in getting these letters and you can get it from the college. The third restriction that the Canadian government has put on the students is, in the past, if you study in colleges or in universities, if you do 1-year course, they issue 1-year work permit, and if you do 2 years course, they issue 3 years work permit. But now you can't get the postgraduate work permit by default, but if you do only those courses which are considered to be in demand in that province, then only those courses and studies done in those colleges will be eligible to be granted postgraduate work permit, and not each and every course and not each and every college, whether it is public or private, can help you get the postgraduate work permit. So when you're opting for a course, think twice, check if that course is in the accepted or the in-demand list announced by the province, and if that course and college is eligible to issued a post-graduation work permit. And number 4 is, in the past, with a public policy, students were allowed to work full-time even when on study permit, but now students are allowed to work only 24 hours per week if you are on a student visa. But then if you are on a co-op work permit, then you can work any number of hours, like a full time. Remember these points before planning to opt for studies in Canada. So if you are a married person, then don't opt for courses in the college, then try to opt for courses in the universities. But of course the fees in the universities is almost 2 to 3 times more than what you typically pay in colleges, so think twice before you invest. But if you are a single person, for you it doesn't really matter, so you can join either in a college or in a university depending on your credentials. But the only thing that you need to think is, check if that course is in demand list and that course and the college can be approved a postgraduate work permit after you finish those studies. Hope this video is helpful.